Hey guys, Mike here, and I read an interesting article the other day from Game Informer talking about the future of Resident Evil games. It was stated that Capcom wants to see how the Resident Evil 2 remake is received once it releases in order to figure out the plan for the future titles in the series. Now, they obviously see the interest in remaking other titles, which I'm sure Resident Evil 3 is at the top of that list. But the thing that got me was the mention of remaking the Resident Evil remake. This was quoted in the article. Certainly enough time has passed that it wouldn't be laughable to remake the remake. I personally think that it would be an interesting thing to do. They were also asked about remaking the Nintendo game that inspired Resident Evil, which for those who don't know is called Sweet Home, and sadly they don't have the rights for it anymore. And for those who didn't know, it was actually based off a movie made in Japan with the same title, Sweet Home, and it was a horror RPG, and it was really cool. And obviously Sweet Home is very important because, well, it inspired Resident Evil, as I said already. And then they go on to talk about how Capcom isn't planning any story DLC for Resident Evil 2 Remake or any new enemies of the sorts or whatever. But I'm actually going to get to the Resident Evil 2 Remake information in a separate video. But the reason why I wanted to make this particular one was because Resident Evil Remake, or Resident Evil HD Remaster as we now refer to it, is my favorite Resident Evil game because to me it defines what survival horror is all about. That fear of, you know, not having enough supplies, the fear of not knowing what's in the next corner. It is to me the definitive horror game, and no matter what other Resident Evil releases, I still think that that opinion will always stay the same. Now, it would be interesting though to see a Resident Evil remake done in the vein of Resident Evil 2's remake, obviously done with the RE engine, which would mean that all the previous characters from, you know, Resident Evil 1, I guess, not previous characters, but the characters in that game that have not gotten updated character models such as Jill, Barry, Wesker would have to get the realistic new character models. And I think obviously that's something that people are still complaining about to this day, about Chris, about Leon, about Claire. So it'll be really interesting to see even then Chris would still have to get another character model because he's going to be much younger. So it'll be really interesting to see if they did that, what new gameplay things they could implement. But I'm not opposed to the idea because I wouldn't mind seeing the beautiful Spencer Mansion done in a new perspective with potentially newer actually areas than we had even in the remake. Because think about it, this was a Nintendo GameCube game made in 2002. We could be getting a Resident Evil 1 remake, you know, in either, you know, 2020 or 2020 or 2021. I mean, I'm not going to say that it would be a bad idea because we don't know. We can say, yeah, it'll suck to not have fixed camera angles, but you know what? Resident Evil 2 Remake looks amazing. Resident Evil 7 was amazing, at least in my opinion. It'll be really, really cool to see if they do decide that, but I would like to see what new things could be implemented. Obviously, if we're talking about remaking Resident Evil games, the one that stands at everyone's #1 wish list besides Resident Evil 2 before it was announced, and mine as well, is Resident Evil 3. I want to see Jill, especially with that awesome outfit, with more potential, you know, unlockable outfits like Dino Crisis, Regina from Dino Crisis, but to see Nemesis chasing you, you know, fighting you, whatever, consistently in HD, that would be so damn cool. But I just wanted to talk about this because I wasn't sure if everyone has seen this article, but I think it's a very, very interesting article. I like that Capcom now has had more of an open relationship, I guess you could say, with its fans, with their fans, I should say, because a lot of the Japanese developers tend to kind of like be quiet about things, but I feel like we're seeing more and more information come out now from them, and honestly, they're on such an amazing roll right now that I feel I can call them Cap God again. And I personally would love, again, Resident Evil 3 to be remade. I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of Code Veronica being remade, but seriously, we need an HD remaster of Outbreak, an HD collection with online play, or an Outbreak File 3. I mean, we're long overdue for that. But either way, guys, let me know what you think about Resident Evil Remake potentially getting remade yet once again. Whether you're against the idea, whether you're into the idea, and what specific things would you like to see. And yeah, it'll be really, really interesting. Either way, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you next time.